Society in the last 2 decades has evolved into a breeding ground for degeneracy. Everywhere you look, there's filth, darkness, depression, complete and total control of the masses. Addictions run rampant throughout the streets. People are hooked to any and everything that was once considered a sin, while trying to find every way they can to justify it. Degeneracy is so far at its peak that even those who should be speaking up against it have fallen silent. What you will soon come to find out is that escaping the trap of modern degeneracy is simple, but not easy. To win in your conquest against degeneracy, you, my brother, will need hope, strong willpower, and the knowledge that you are about to hear. With that said, here are the 4 main tactics that society uses to make you more degenerate and how to fight back to keep your masculine integrity. Tactic number 1, making you focus on impurity. Think of how simple life was 100 years ago, before the internet was born. Men would pick one craft and dedicate their whole life to it. Hard and honest work was the name of the game. Now, people are profiting from the most degenerate things possible. There's at least one person every kilometer that's part of the OnlyFans degeneracy. And here's the worst part. People will engage in these demoralizing activities and call it a hustle. But keep this in your mind. You are dragging everyone else into degeneracy as well through your so-called hustle. It's nothing short of madness. Back then, men were so disciplined and resilient because on their mind, there was nothing but one simple goal. Give your children what they need to grow and mature. Men today, however, spend all their earnings on buying Pornhub Premium, Tinder subscriptions, and using anything they can to get a woman into their bed. These corrupted brothers will do anything for a bit of female validation, and that's all because from a young age, they have been brainwashed to believe that their main goal in life is to spill their seed. You, my brother, need to slap yourself in the face and get yourself back on track. You are called to be pure, virtuous, and wise. This world is not your home. You are just a mere stranger that has come into this world to live for his purpose and will soon die away. Don't let the distractions of this world get to you. Tactic number 2, they will make you focus on yourself. This point may seem controversial, even to the truly masculine icons of today. But keep on listening before judging this information. Going back to the example of men from a century ago, they perceived pain and stress a lot differently compared to how they're viewed today. Pain and stress were viewed as the building blocks of personality. Without them, you wouldn't know how to live a good life. In fact, listen to this quote. Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. Pay attention to how suffering is discussed as something that every man needs to go through. The society today, however, wants you to run away from that suffering. They will bombard you with quotes and things that will make you feel good and keep you comfortable. You will often hear girls saying to their friends, "Oh, you go girl, such a slay queen," while they are clearly doing something degenerate. This type of focusing on yourself ends up making you so self-centered that you forget the whole idea of service. Ask yourself, when was the last time you sacrificed your own pleasures to help someone else? You are blessed with everything you need to survive: a warm, comfy bed, food, drinkable water, and nice clothes. Is it not time to place some energy on others besides yourself only? Because of this very reason, we are surrounded by self-obsessed people that will go around protesting free speech, yet will shut down anyone with a different opinion. It's hard to imagine how men went from fighting for their countries to acting only according to their wants. So stop listening to this modern lie of just focus on yourself. Otherwise, you will only feel more alone, more depressed. The key is to focus on everything God has given you. This includes not only yourself, but your community as well. Be selfless. Tactic number 3, making you forget about God. I bet that most of the brothers who will watch this video are atheists, and that's no secret. Ask anyone if they believe in God, and their answer will be a big fat no 99% of the time. Why? Simple. Because society has forced us to forget the endless glory of the Almighty by placing false idols in His place. No one believes in God these days because they think that science is the best and the only tool usable to explain the world around us. Of course, scientific and technological advances are crucial to the well-being of the entire world, but those who believe that religion is a tool used to define what's X and Y have missed the point completely. Religion and God's grace are not a tool, but a safety net from our everyday struggles. Keep one thing in your mind. Even now, the gods of degeneracy continue to live among us. They have just taken on a different form. Look around you. People worship the god of social media. They bow down to the god of lust. Social validation and instant gratification are the new gods. Humans, by default, need to worship something. That's just the rule we have to live by. And when the righteous path of God isn't on our mind, we simply replace it with money, ourselves, or the degenerate idols and celebrities we worship. Just like a nagging child hates his parents, in the same way, the degenerate society of today hates the holy laws of God. Resist the urge to become part of them. Stay pure, my young brother. You will thank yourself for it. And finally, tactic number 4, by making you feel hopeless. This last point is the most crucial. You may already know about the Matrix, their plan, their scheme, agenda, you name it. It can be crushing to realize that all your choices in life mean nothing in the grand scheme of things, just because someone at the top is pulling the strings. The point is, they want you to feel like that. Society wants you to feel miserable so that you can sedate yourself with its degeneracy-inducing tools. Just think about that for a second. Our twisted society of today makes up the actual problem in the first place, and then turns around to sell you their own solution to the problem that they have created by themselves. For example, porn is used to fight depression now. Drugs to calm down anxiety. Really take a second to decode how twisted everything around you really is. But don't let this darkness scare you. Remember, when the world becomes darker, your light shines brighter. Listen to that again. When the world around you becomes darker, your light will shine brighter. Don't let the dark be the reason for you to sniff out your light. There is hope to be had about your future. Don't give up on it. So remember, brothers, degeneracy is a mere tool that society uses to keep you enslaved to the reality that someone else has chosen for you. You can't cruise your way out of it. Instead, you must work with intention to pull yourself away from it and use these 4 tips to help you achieve that. To see the next best way to level up as a man, watch this video here.